Yeah, that refers back to point 5 in what we just covered. I know we covered it really quickly, but it's trade your time, right? So we've got to understand which investment of time is going to return something to us, and focus on that. Because if we invest our time in something which does not eventually bring something back to us, and that's the recognition of that is understanding that if it's not bringing good to the world, if it's not bringing good to the world, then there's no point. If it's not bringing something new, if it's not bringing growth, then there's not much point in doing it at all. Wasted time is the worst time.
Yes. Yes.
So it's unintended consequences. We'll finish on this point. Unintended consequences. Every action creates some kind of reaction in the world. It's a natural physical understanding of the world that we live in. And I don't know if you've ever played a game of American pool, which the Slovaks call billiards, right? But we call it American pool. You know, it's a pretty small table. The balls are always the same. 2 sticks or cues. Pretty simple. 6 pockets, they don't move. It's very simple. But every game is different. Why is every game different? Unintended consequences, unpredictability. Unpredictability. And people don't factor that into their plans. And here's this element manifests itself in big companies where people at the top have fantastic ideas and the people at the bottom just have to deal with problems because the people at the top don't see what's happening at the bottom. And one of these is what the people at the top think about allocation of time, where what one person thinks is very usefully invested time for another person might be completely wasted time. And this is visible in simple human interactions between people. Between me and my friends, for example. Sometimes my friends have ideas and I'm like, I don't want to do that because that for me is just a waste of time. But I know that you enjoy it and that you like it, so you go and do it. That's cool, right? I don't want to tell other people what to do. And so there's always these unintended consequences. And for big companies, one of the unintended consequences is that people down the chain are forced to lie. And I don't mean in a deceptive way. I don't mean in a manipulative, bad way. I just mean to survive, to get things done. They're forced to complete certain forms and formulas in certain ways in order to fit everything into the process of things when the process of things doesn't fit into life itself. And unintended consequences are very misunderstood ideas in large companies where people just it's the end product is something which is not real. There's a timetable somewhere. There's a timetable or a timesheet or a screen with all of these colors and all of these numbers and all of these codes, and somebody's got it and they're like, that looks really good, but it's not real. But it's not real, and this is in all the big organizations across the world right now. So it's interesting to think about. Sport, we learned that from sport. What will be the final score of the game? You ask someone at the start, nobody knows. Nobody knows because there's so many question marks about things that are not seen. Anyway, that's that.